Paulina.
There was once a businesswoman. She was tough on herself and on others. She was pretty damn effective. She was stubborn as hell. She would hassle potential clients until they had no chance but to say yes and sign on the dotted line. In effect, she created a pretty successful business from scratch. One day, it occurred to her that her life was pretty meaningless. She knew that if she didn't do something outrageous, something different, something completely out of character, she would disappear. There was once a stripper. Her chutzpah, her originality, and her everything else attracted crowds to London cabaret venues. When she was on stage, provoking, shocking, freaking people out, she was in her own element. She was alive. And one day, she figured out that sticking her naked butt at people doesn't feel as satisfying as it used to be. Maybe she wanted to be heard instead of just stared at. Maybe she wanted a little bit more connection rather than just whistles and whoops from a drunken audience. My name is Paul, and I've introduced you to two of a whole collection of my alter egos. And the reason why I'm telling you about this, guys, is because I'd love for all of you tonight to take a closer look at all the weird and wonderful characters that live inside every single one of you. You may notice that on their own, they may be quite weak and quite fragile, but together, they are your real power. And if you allow them to learn from each other, I promise it will change your life. Let me give you an example. What the businesswoman learned from the stripper is not to take herself too seriously. She also learned to allow herself to be seen in full light by critics and fans alike, and simply feel fine with it. What the stripper learned from the businesswoman was that it's actually more fulfilling to be fruitful other than just entertaining. She also learned to put together a simple spreadsheet and realized that with an average gig paying £100, if you buy a £300 crystallized 9-inch heels just for that single performance, it may not be the best investment ever. I'm sure you see the dilemma. Guys, since it's been said that I like to be unconventional, who is up for a little unconventional challenge tonight? Raise your hands. I like to see that. Guys, what I'd like to challenge you to is from this evening onwards, from tomorrow morning onwards, become fascinated with those little moments when those little characters and those little personalities show up as you go about different things in your life. Whether your colleagues, whether the social conventions have boxed you up, whether you've boxed yourself in your own mind, they're still in there. I challenge you to allow yourself to fall in love with your unique being and never look back. Thank you.